Hello, you're listening to Session 1, which is the overview of the CMS or Content Management System for Snap Website Center websites. This recording has been recorded on a MacBook using Firefox as the web browser, but do remember that you can also use other browsers such as Internet Explorer, Chrome, and Safari. For the purposes of the tutorial today, we'll be using our Snap Playground website, which is our demo website, and we'll be making some very simple edits and changes. The first thing that you'll need to do to log into either your site or into the playground is go to thewebconsole.com, which is www.thewebconsole.com. You'll need to enter your username and password and press login down the bottom here. As soon as you do that, you'll come to the dashboard of the CMS or Content Management System. This is the front page that shows you an overview of the recent activity on your website, as well as the quick access menu down the left here to all of the products that you have activated. Depending on your website and what products you have purchased, this menu to the left may look a little bit different. On the Playground site, we obviously have most of our products and tools so that we can practice making changes and using those tools. So this section 1 of our tutorial is just going to give you an overview of where everything is located in the CMS and some of the settings that you may want to make changes to. So right away on the the main screen of the CMS, the most obvious thing that most people are drawn to is your recent activity graph here. This shows you the recent traffic that has come to the site, the visitors, and it's part of your statistics, which is built into the CMS. So you can of course view the graph here and click down here to find out some more information, but to find out more in-depth information, it's in the statistics link here on the left hand side. So you can click on the arrow here, which will expand the menu, and click on website statistics down the bottom here. This will direct you to a more comprehensive overview of the recent traffic to your site. You can specify timeframes that you'd like to view, going all the way back 3 months, or specify specific dates in here in the drop-down menus. So what this does is it just gives you a good overview of where your traffic is coming from. You can see here in the pie chart, it shows you search engines, referral sites, direct traffic. The referrer, which is the link or where they found the link to come to your site, and the entry page, which is the first page that they looked at. This kind of information is often very useful for your marketing purposes. It gives you a general idea of how your site is going and what people are interested in. So it's often very handy to look at. You can, of course, navigate back to the main page of the CMS by clicking on My Home at the top here, or the website link here. So going back to our main overview again, the next section that we'll have a look at is your account usage in this section here. Divided into two, so your disk usage, which is the amount of space that you have used up from your allocated service plan. In this one here, we're looking at a Tier 1 service plan. The 75 megabytes of space is taken up in the website with the pages that have been created, images that have been hosted, and other bits and pieces, so not a lot here. What's more interesting though is the bandwidth usage down the bottom. This webcast is being recorded I think 2 days before the end of the month, and you can see that they have used up all of their allocated bandwidth. They've gone over that 1 gigabyte of bandwidth per month. So bandwidth is taken up by traffic to your site. It's uploads and downloads. So if this was an actual customer, they might want to look at changing their service plan so that they don't go over that limit every month. It just shows that there's a lot of traffic. But because this is the practice site, the Snap Playground, of course it has a lot of views every day. So The next area that we look at here is our service announcements. Part of our software as a service is that we do make regular updates to the system, and this area here just lets you know any recent changes that have flown through, and you can of course view all and subscribe to the feed. The other tab over here is recent work. This keeps track of recent updates and changes that have been made to the site. It's a quick way of referencing changes that have been made, particularly if you have several people who have access to the CMS and you're just wanting to keep track of what changes have been made most recently. There are of course the very quick links down here to our knowledge base and resources. This is part of our help menus, so if you ever get stuck you can read through the knowledge base. There are also links to videos on YouTube in here as well. So as I mentioned previously, we have your side menu down the side here, which contains all of the activated products and services that you have in your website. The little arrows here you can click on and it will expand the menu for you to the various functions that you can go in and edit. So along the top menu bar here, there are just a few settings that I'll point out to you. You may have activated database marketing or the customer relationship manager, and you can switch between each of those systems straight from your CMS. So we're in the website view at the moment, but we can of course switch straight across to database marketing, which contains a slightly different view because it has different products and different statistics that it keeps track of. So there'll be a more comprehensive tutorial on database marketing a little bit later, but we'll for now switch back to our website view. The other very handy link at the top here is this view website. When I'm making edits and changes to any of my pages or any of the products that I've got, I like to have the actual site open in an adjacent tab so that once I make a change I can refresh the page just to make sure that that change has come through. So when you're in the dashboard you can just right click on this link and set it to open in a new tab. The other one of course is that you have a quick link to your help menu here. You also have your quick logout if you need to log out or go away from the computer for a while and you don't want anyone else to make changes. And then of course the settings menu here. In this overview today we'll just be going over a few of the different settings that you can change, as most of the settings in this menu are associated with several of the products and tools, so we'll talk about them more when we get to those. So in your main account settings here are some of the more global settings to do with your website, to do with the general, the name of your site, the main contact email, your phone number, fax number and ABN. You may need to change those at any time. The other thing that you may need to edit is of course your profile. Your profile is names and addresses that are associated with your site, and possibly maybe the time zone. You may need to change that at some stage. The locations tab here is the main locations that are associated with your business. So most of the time most businesses only have one location, but you may have several subsidiary companies, and if we haven't already set those up for you, or if you open up a new branch at any time, you may need to create a new location. So I'll go back into our playground site here and just go onto the contact page. You can see that associated with each location is a Google map and this overview here. So each of the settings that we add into this location setting here will have its own contact form, Google map and information settings associated with it. So just as an example, we're going to add another location just to show you how you would do that. So it's as easy as just clicking on the blue add location button. It will come to a new screen that will load for you. Anything that has a horizontal bar like this here is a required field. So we're just going to create a dummy address here and we'll type in the fields. I will point out that even though it has the latitude and longitude here, this is just if you want to be incredibly precise with your Google Map. Most of the time, this kind of information is more than enough for it to locate you. You can choose to make your postal address different. So if you have a PO box rather than a physical address, you can of course click on yes and no and fill in your PO box or postal address details here. In this example, we'll just set this to the postal address being the same. And if applicable, you may wish to put in your contact hours. And the last section here, of course, is if you're setting it as the default address. The default address is the main address. In this example, we're putting in like a subsidiary company using our Osborne Park details here. So we're going to put this default address as no because we don't want this to be the main address. And once we're done, we're going to click on Save. So once we've done this, if I go back to our playground site and refresh this locations page, all things being good, my new location that I have entered is now active. So it's all the fields that I entered there, and it has, funnily enough, found us exactly where we were on Google that we needed to be. Because we've got more than one address now, it's collapsed the contact form, but it's just as simple as expanding that in the menu here, exactly the same. So that's how easy it is to add additional locations. Super easy. One other setting that you may need to adjust is of course the links to your social media. So clicking on the link in the menu bar to the left, we'll come up with the most common social media links. So your Facebook page, your Google Plus page if you have one, your YouTube account, LinkedIn and Twitter. You can also authorize the CMS to tweet on your behalf by setting no to yes, and you can also add additional Facebook administrators to your official Facebook page. If you click yes here, you just need to put in their ID number, and once you've finished with all of the changes, of course, press save. The other setting that we will go over today is adding additional users to your content management system. You may wish to have someone as your webmaster, so one person who makes all of the changes, and it might be just as easy to give several people access. Again, just as easy as adding a new user. Again, you'll see that there are some compulsory fields that you need to fit in. You have to give the person that you're giving access to a unique username. It's a username not just for your website, but for our entire system as a whole. So you may find that you need to give them not just their first name, but their last name included as well. I'm already in the system, so I'm going to create some Jane blogs. You need to add in a valid email address for them as well. Email.com. And you can, of course, add in extra fields here. You also need to give them a fairly secure password. It's usually a combination of a capital letter, lowercase letters, and a single number. And it will show you here like how valid your and you can here assign them a role. We're going to give everyone admin access. Hooray! That worked. So there we go. We have Jane blogs. You can also at any time remove users and edit their access. And that really is most of the settings that you would ever need to make changes to automatically on the site. So this concludes part 1, our overview of the CMS. In the next section, we will be talking about managing our pages, so making updates and changes to the pages of the site. Thanks for listening.